Hi, welcome to the video, and this week I'm going to be taking my brand new DJI Air 3S. I'm going to unbox it. It's just arrived. I'm going to be taking it to the Lake District and flying it in some of the most beautiful countryside and scenery in the UK. Welcome to the video. Yeah, so I bought the brand new Air 3S. It was released 2 days ago. I've been really busy with camera club talks and looking out for camper vans and been working. I haven't even had a chance to unbox it yet. It's been sitting here for 3 days looking at me, but I wanted to do this little unboxing with you guys so you can see what's inside. At the moment, my current lineup is I have a Mini 2, which I still quite like, and it's useful when things are built up or I'm kind of on the coast with some houses around. And I'm going to be chopping in this, which was my Mavic 2 Pro, so that's going back to MPB. I did a video on this a little while ago, and I still think this is a brilliant drone. But the reason I wanted to buy this one is because of the dual cameras, and at last a bigger sensor, so a 1-inch 50 megapixel sensor, which is going to be quite amazing. So I think the quality is going to be improved. I think the fact it's got a telephoto lens on it is going to be amazing, and I'm really looking forward to using it. So I'm going to start unboxing this. Now, I bought the basic kit. Normally what I do is I normally buy the Fly More combo because that's better value, but I've discovered, or I've kind of realized that actually even with the let's put that back on there in case I cut myself, even with the Mavic 2 Pro, I don't use all the batteries every single time. This has got a 45-minute battery life. I know I'm not going to be that, but I've also got a power bank, USB charger. So I'm going to go with one battery. What I don't need with a Fly More combo is I don't need another bag. I don't really use the ND filters, but if I find that I need to, then I'll buy them separately. The thing that could have been useful would have been extra batteries, but I guess, as I've just said, I don't need 3, so what I'll probably end up doing is buying another one at some point. So let's have a open up what we got here. Is that already open? Yeah, so it comes in obviously this box, and if we open up, tutorial, I'll scan that with my phone, which is fair enough. I mean, I've just watched a video last night of a guy flying an Air 3 across St Albans, a time lapse, saying he's got an A2C, whatever it is, qualification. You shouldn't be flying your drone slowly across a main town. I said that certainly a drone of this weight, you certainly can fly that across. That's not a problem. But guys, come on, you're going to give everything. There's going to be an accident at some point, and it's not going to be nice. Drones are going to be banned, so I hope people will actually follow the rules a little bit. But if we open that, I've got to scan that obviously before we start, and we've got what's this bit here? Oh, sorry about my squeaky chair. So we've got this box here, and as what have we got in here? This will be the controller and the cables. Okay, that's that bit. So I've gone for the basic controller. This is the cheapest you can get. Don't need that anymore. This is the cheapest bit that you can get, or the cheapest combination that you can buy. But then these are really good. I'm going to use my phone with this to see what I'm photographing, see what I'm videoing. And this is lovely. It's really nice. As usual with DJI, really well built. The joysticks are under here. They're tucked in there. It's a really nice place to put them, and that they just, if you haven't got butterfingers like me, just screw into there. So there's the 2 joysticks, and That's where my phone fits in. That plugs into the back. That's USB-C, which won't work on my phone, but there is also a lightning cable there for my old phone, but if I get a new one, that's still fine. And there's also another USB-C. This is the charging block, I think. Let's put that down there for a second to charge it all up. It charges up by USB-C, which has pretty much become universal now, as it should be. The amount of leads we have that don't fit things. Oh, excellent. I didn't realise that we get a new set of propellers as well. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, and that's really useful. I haven't replaced my propellers very often, but I do find that sometimes the drone starts to drift, and if it's drifting when it should be stationary, it generally means something's bent. So I changed the propellers at that point, so I've done it a couple of times. Obviously, if you have a crash, you might need new propellers as well, and these are really important. But there's 2 to go on and 2 as a spare. Oh, actually another set. My word, there's loads. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Really like that. Thanks, DJI. That's really good. In this pouch we have got, let's have a look. This is the instruction manual. Never bother reading that. Some stickers. Don't want to do with that. Quick start guide, safety guide, and a forum to connect to. Which I don't think I'll be doing. Also, you do need an operator ID to pay your license, which I've done. So my operator ID is on there. I've taken it off the 2 Pro, but I've got a load of these stickers, so I'll be putting that onto my drone, because if I lose it or if it crashes, people can see it, and I can also show people that I've also got the I've also paid and I've done the safety kind of briefing and stuff. So that's that. That's a legal requirement. Here is the actual drone itself then. Nothing in there apart from silica gel. So look at this. Beautiful. Sturdy bag. And first impressions. Well, it's not as light as that, obviously. This is 790 grams. I'll put it on the screen up here for you. The 2 Pro feels heavier, and it's also, if we look at the profile of it, you can see that it's not actually that much smaller, really. We can see that. It's not an awful lot smaller, but it is a little bit smaller. It reminds me very much of the new minis as far as the form factor. And this big gimbal looks quite exciting. Just pull that off like that. That's not easy to get off. This is my, so there we are. There's the new dual lens as well. I'm really looking forward to it. So we've got a 24mm here and a 70mm. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works. That's going to be brilliant. Got the propellers to put on, obviously. Let's fold that back in. This is the form factor. Propellers to go on. Feels really solid. The battery will be in here. There we go. Wonderful. And we've got this lovely LiDAR sensor at the front, which means I can use it at night time as well. And I've got licenses. I did have licenses for nighttime flying, and photographing at night or photographing at sunrise and sunset is something that I'm really keen to do as a landscape photographer. So this is another reason why I bought this. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put the propellers on, and I'll meet you in the Lake District when I'm going to photograph autumn. We're at the end of October. I've got a big birthday coming up, but autumn in the Lake District is the most fantastic thing, and a drone is a brilliant way to capture those lovely colours across the valleys. So here we go then. See you at the Lake District.
And here we are in the lakes. So we're at Hallswater, looking beautiful. I'm doing a video on planning, and that's to come up in a couple of weeks. If you're interested in that, all about how to plan for a successful photography trip. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put the drone up. Now, to be honest, I've used it once, but that was out of my back garden. So the first thing that you should do when you get your drone, charge the battery up. It doesn't come fully charged. That's the first thing to do. And before you put the propellers on, just take it into wherever you've got your phone or your computer. You can do it all by phone now, actually, and just upload or update any firmware that needs doing, just go and check for that. So I've updated the firmware into the controller, and the reason I don't put the propellers on is in case I move the sticks by mistake. I don't want it taken off indoors. So the drone's on the latest software, the handsets on or the controllers on the latest software, and so is the phone app, the DJI Fly app. So what I'm going to do now is fly it. So we've got, if I swing you round, we've got lovely low cloud now hanging about. Cloud and mist is not a brilliant thing for drones to fly in, but they can fly under it, because you shouldn't make your drone wet. If it's raining, bring it back down. But this looks lovely, and this is perfect weather for some drone photography. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to load the DJI Fly app up. That's not easy to say. And takeoff permitted, I've got enough. I've got 26 satellites. As long as you've got 26 satellites, I think as long as you've got over 10, then you're fine. So to control this, so what I do, you can either take off by pressing the takeoff button, which is that one on the controller. What I like to do though is just pull both sticks back in.
Take off.
And then just send it up.
Home point updated.
So what I'm now going to do is just wait for the home point to be updated, which he's just told me. I'm now ready to go, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to lose that drone now because it's in my control. So what we're going to do now is have a bit of fun. I'm going to fly it out. First impressions, it's not as loud as the Pro 2. I don't think that's too bad. I mean, yes, there is a certain amount of noise, but it's got propellers, but that sounds brilliant. So let's just record this screen for you. See if I can do that. Okay, so what we're going to do now, let's have a bit of fun. Let's go and shoot some imagery. Fantastic. Bye. Oh my word. It is extremely, wow. That, compared with the Mavic 2 Pro, I don't know how it looks in the stats, but that feels an awful lot quicker. It is absolutely shot away. We're on normal mode. So we've got it's island on the left. So what I'm going to do is I've got it up fairly high. So we're 50 meters up. 50 meters is a good height in drone photography, because that's where you need to be safe and away from people. So I'm just going to move her around the island there. And oh wow, looks absolutely amazing, as you can see. Those clouds look brilliant. We're 80, 90 meters up now. I just want to get rid of that foreground road. So I'm going to move over the reservoir itself, maybe moving left a little bit as well. And I can't hear it now. It's a brilliant thing. This drone is amazing. And that looks like it's going to be my first image. Now it's just about getting that island in the right place, which for me is going to be the bottom right corner, or the bottom right third, because, oh look, and there's actually there's sunrise coming up. There's a light, some light appearing behind those mountains. It looks good. Look, this is going to look amazing. Remember, this is a 48-50 megapixel sensor, so this is going to look incredible. Really loving this already. I'm going to get higher and further back, because I still don't want to get the road in, but I do still want that island in the bottom right hand corner. And it's all about, for me, the light just appearing over those mountains. That looks amazing. Really good. Right, I'm going to crop that if I need to. Let's move forward a little bit. And this is the benefit of having a drone. You can just get into places you couldn't ever get into place with a tripod. It just doesn't happen.
Max altitude reached.
Yeah, so he's telling me there's a maximum altitude, and you should never ever change that, because you've got to be in airspace. But this drone has, it will tell you, or will warn you, if there are aircraft about or helicopters about. I think it actually tells the helicopters and the aircraft as well, which is really good, so that we don't get any horrible collisions. It's showing me where the home point is, where I am, but I know where that is now, and it's now about 600 meters away. Now you should have your drone in line of sight, but there's no one around. I can pretty much still see the flashing lights here, and this looks absolutely incredible. Let's just do a little bit of video footage, which I can use on this vlog for you. So let's have a look. Here we go. And you can see that the when we switch to video, that 16:9 crop means you get a slightly different aspect ratio, so you have to reframe stuff. I'm going to put it onto cine mode, and I've adjusted the gimbal so everything is really slow. I've got a nice slow sweep there, beautiful. And now we're going to come forward over the mountains. This looks absolutely amazing. Really, really loving that. Right. What a happy boy. That looks great. Okay. Right, so we're going to go back to the camera. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to explore this telephoto lens, because one of the big thing, oh wow, the big thing for me that I've never had with the Mavic 2 Pro is this ability to zoom right in. That looks absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. Look at that. Amazing. The light over there is just incredible. And I haven't had to walk. I can literally just go down the valley with the drone. Wow. That looks amazing as well. So let's go towards that now. I'm going to put it back into sport mode now, so we can go really quick. Now with sport mode, you get no obstacle avoidance, so you have to be a little bit careful. But it goes like the clappers, and it's already quick enough. I can see it screaming across the sky. And there's a beautiful picture there, which I really, really like. We'll shoot that. Let's go closer. This looks fantastic. There's a lovely diagonal lines on this with a little curved bit at the top of this ridge, which I really like. Don't want the other side of the ridge in, because I don't think that works quite so well. There's another line at the bottom here. Compositionally, I think this looks really good. It's my light kissing on the side there. Move it that way a fraction. And something like that looks great. Wonderful stuff. Let's just put you in video mode, see how that looks. So if we just raise the gimbal a little bit. Cine mode when I'm videoing is really important. And then we're off. Just going to bring that back. Looks really nice. So I'm really loving the histogram on this. I'm really loving this 3x zoom on this camera. It's absolutely wonderful. What we need to do now is go and have a look back in Lightroom and see what the images look like. But I've got big hopes for these. Brilliant. See you back at the office.
So I really enjoyed using that. Let's just have a quick look at the Air 3S compared with the Mavic 2 Pro. Not easy to compare because obviously these are taken into completely different sets of light. I've got to the left is the shoot that you've just seen on the Air 3S, and on to the right here was a Mavic 2 Pro from a video a couple of months back. You can see though straight away that the Air 3S has got a bigger file to work with. It's in 4:3 format. I always record my images that way just so I can crop in, but actually that looks quite nice. Both of these have been processed a little bit. It's going to be quite difficult though to see any differences, but if we move along here, well, look to the left here, you can see the water, the rocks, and that has recorded it beautifully. There's quite a lot of mist about though, which doesn't make it easy, because on the right here, this was a completely clear day, as you may have seen. So resolution wise, they both look great. They really, really do. And I think you can safely assume that whatever drone you have, you're going to be happy with. But we can see from this original full-size file that you've got an awful lot more to play with the Air 3S. So look at that one. And there we go. Zoom in a little bit on this so we can have a quick look at it. Yeah, I mean, that's quite good. As expected, really. I think time will tell. It's certainly been just as easy to photograph, or the colour rendition has been great on it. It's picked up the light as such as it was in the bottom of these clouds here, so you can see just a hint of the dynamic range, which again I would expect to be a little bit bigger as it's a bigger sensor and a more modern sensor. Most of the improvements, though, I would say have come with the actual drone itself. I've really enjoyed using the master shots, which is something I haven't had on the Mavic 2 Pro. And master shots is going to be brilliant for my vlogging. I've really enjoyed the speed of it, how quiet it is, and the telephoto lens is going to be, for me, a game changer. Really lovely to be able to get in really close to these things and have a look at some of the brilliant scenery we have in this country. So I hope if you buy an Air 3S, you'll enjoy using it. Stay tuned to the channel because there's going to be a lot more content coming out shot on that drone. And if you want to just keep in touch, make sure you subscribe so you can come back and watch the videos from now on in. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed that initial flight with the Air 3S. It's something I'm really looking forward to using. The master shots, the various panoramic, freestyle panoramics that you can do with it are amazing. So the features definitely are the things that I'm really looking forward to using most. But it's also good that it's got a bigger sensor so we can get more detail out of this lovely scenery that we have here in the world that we live in. Any comments do you want to leave? Be sure to leave them below. I'll be definitely getting back to you. So until next week, when I'll be talking to you about planning a photographic shoot, come back and join me. Subscribe if you haven't. Press the like button. See you next week, Sunday, 6 o'clock. Thanks very much for watching. Here come the images.
Come on, baby, take a leap of faith. We got a love that's worth the wait. Darling, you've been on my mind. Gonna love you to the end of time. And I know you're the one. Our story's just begun. I'm never gonna let you go. With your love I'd never be alone. There's so